Here at Gundam Planet, we're all about good localizations. And that's why I'm building this very strangely named person, the Gundam local type from the Mobile Suit Discovery series in the Origin High Grade line. And I don't really know what the Mobile Suit Discovery line is, but I've kind of surmised that it is a place where Bandai puts made up mobile suits. Because have you ever heard of the RX-7801 and Gundam local type before? Because I sure haven't. And I still haven't heard of it in any context other than this kit. So that's cool, and the design's kind of weird, but I still want to check it out, just because it is so different and completely new to me, at least. Maybe you know otherwise. But we're going to get right down to this guy. So, first thing I noticed, these beam sabers are pinker than usual. I don't know why, but I really like the fullness of the color of this runner. So that's good. We have little face parts on one runner. This kind of reminds me of the Revives with, like, you got the little gem and you got the eyes, and that's all you need because that's all that's red. And then kind of also very similar, you have clear parts that go over the eyes because I guess the Gundam local type has to wear like cool red sunglasses, like he's about to go play some beach volleyball or something. So I'm all about that too. We have another very small runner. This has 5 pieces. This is just the gun. You might need to remove some seam lines on here, but it looks different and cool. It's like the combination of those 8th MS team ground type machine guns and some other things. We got polycaps. This is your average runner polycaps for an Origin kit, so that's pretty cool. Then we have this white. This is very white. I was expecting like a little bit grayer of a thing for Origin kits because they're usually slightly more toned down. I really like the shield. Kind of reminds me of the medium shield, which you don't see too often. So glad to see that making a triumphant return. We have two A runners, both of which are the same. Both of which are called A1. Both of them have pieces for the chest vents. This is weird. I've never seen this before. Instead of just having a B1 runner, it's actually 2. I really like the gray though, really like the white, I really like the panel lining, I really like the colors, it's very good. This blue, also really good because it's like, you might be like, Nick, that's navy, and you guys are always harping on how bad navy is. It's not quite navy, it's this weird, like, matted down kind of version of a kind of darkish blue. I like that too. Lots of subtlety going on here. And then just last, we have some interframe. This is some torso breaks, this is the inside of the shield. This looks great. It comes with, it looks like 3 different hands, so you're gonna be able to give it some hand options. And there are only 3 foil stickers, so like, okay, I'm sorry, 4. 2 of these are tiny, but this looks like there's a ton of color separation, not a whole lot of parts, but what's there is complex enough to keep it interesting. And you got these cool, the Tetron marking seals. There are like 45 of these things on here, so I'm definitely going to do this up 100% of the way. It looks really cool, you know? When I first saw it, I was like, why does this Gundam have sunglasses and weird stubby feet? And as it got closer to release and I saw more promo images, I was like, you know, this actually looks really great. So hopefully it lives up to this and all of my heightened expectations that have come along with it. So here we are. Once again, I feel like I say this a lot. I didn't really know what to expect. I've been jumping all around the high grade world. I started with 00 and then I did some Thunderbolt, and like my expectations are all over the place, and so are my builds. And this was my first foray into the Origin line. And this is a really, really weird design that I had no attachment with to start, and so I was able to go into it with a really, really clear lens. And so I'm just gonna hit you with the things that stuck out to me during the building process, which it kind of reminded me of what Russ said about the Origin Dom, which is that, like, boy, it flew together. I was looking to get this done pretty fast. It was like midnight, and I was like, I'll just build one of the legs. And then I was like, wow, that was easy. I'll do the entire rest of the thing. And I was done in like 45 minutes. On kind of that same note, I was noticing that, like, the instructions, they kind of look like really, really beginner friendly. Like, these pictures are huge. They're super blown up, and I'm not sure if maybe they're just trying to fill space for the small amount of parts that they had. But that kind of struck me as odd. Another thing, like, this is a minor gripe, but the way they did these, the way that, like, this comes with so many stickers. It was probably like 75 individual stickers, and they give you a guide like this. This is like barely helpful. This is incredibly confusing, and I don't know why they did that. So, you know, most recent high grade, but they're kind of taking steps back in some ways. But those are about the the instructions, but let's get closer up so I can talk about the kit itself. Alright, so here's close-up man. I'll just do the accessories first, like I always do. The gun held very securely in the hand. That is certainly going nowhere. It's just two pieces locked together, so that's fine. This thing flips back, you know, cool. This handle articulates out. It's 5 pieces, whatever. Okay, so that's the gun. It's pretty cool. The shield, I really like the way the shield looks. It has a couple gimmicks in it, so I'll just take it off the arm to show you. In order to get it on the arm, these two beam sabers usually attach to the arm, and you take them off the arm and then attach the shield to the same spot. So you get a couple options here as to, you know, exactly how you want them to look. And then the shield itself, you can have by itself, and you fold this thing down, and it stands there. So he has a little shield buddy. So that's cool too. And you get 2 beam saber blades, and an extra hand to hold the beam saber with his hand. And that's it. So very, very, you know, minimal additions, but that's okay. So now we're going to go through the articulation. The head has a very interesting gimmick where it allows it, it's not a polycap, it goes all the way front, all the way back. It's on a hinge in there, so that's very cool. The shoulders, as always with these Origin kits, you get polycaps that articulate out, so you can get the shoulders forward. Arms, full bend up, very nice. Shoulders all the way around, yeah, okay. So we just expect greatness at this point, and you have that. The torso, very good break. You can get forward, back like this. You can see it swivels very nicely all around, so that's good. Legs, also like the Dom, which this is very hard to show on camera. The entire joint swivels forward. It's not just the legs, so that's good. Lots of articulation there if you want to get him kneeling. The knee goes all the way back. The feet have a very good range of crazy motion, and sometimes the legs do get a little loose if you play with them a lot, but the feet are staying on the ground. This guy looks ridiculous when I'm doing stuff like this. But you can get him in any pose you want, and you'll see that on the spinny base. A couple things that I did not like during the build. This blue, I was talking about how, oh, it's not Navy. We hate Navy. This isn't Navy. This will be fine. Well, a haughty heart goes before a fall. This is just as annoying to work with as Navy, so don't expect that to be super easy. Also, these little Tetron seals, some of them are too big. Like up here on the shoulder, some of these pieces of plastic overlap, even though I've put them as far away as possible, so I wish they would have engineered those a little bit closer to the lines, but what are you going to do? It is still a high grade. But, you know, other than those two things, it's fine. It's just fine. So, bottom line, it's good. If you like the way the suit looks and you don't mind the slightly washed out colors and the incredibly fast build process and a zillion stickers, you get a nice looking thing at the end. You're definitely going to want to top coat it. You should probably panel line it a little bit because it is like a lot of white. But since the plastic's pretty good to work with, it's not going to be a bad thing. So give it a shot if you're so inclined. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We love doing these, and you should let us know if you like that we do them. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, let me know your impressions on this, let me know any questions you have about this. I'll be happy to respond to each and every one of them. Also, thank you to Marsh Sound for all the great music that we put over this clip and the ones prior to it. And you know, check out the videos we've done in the past, and we'll see you next time.